In the dazzling world of fame, where every smile hides a storm, two names stand above the rest: Shen Yue and Bai Lu. To the world, they are icons of beauty, grace, and success. But behind the lights, behind the flawless interviews and perfect red carpet moments, lies a tension that few could ever imagine. The unseen rivalry between these two leading stars began long before the world even noticed. It started quietly, on the set of a drama that would change everything. Shen Yue was radiant as always, humble, sweet, with her charm disarming everyone she met. Bai Lu, on the other hand, was elegance personified, confident, precise, and breathtakingly focused. At first, they were the perfect match, a duo that fans couldn't stop talking about. But as filming continued, something began to shift. Whispers started spreading across the set. Crew members spoke in hushed tones about the silent tension between the two. Shen Yu's laughter began to fade, replaced by long, thoughtful silences. Bai Lu, once cheerful and open, started keeping to herself. Every glance between them seemed loaded, every word measured. It wasn't open conflict, it was something colder, sharper, and much more dangerous. The competition grew when both actresses were nominated for the same prestigious award. Cameras captured their perfect smiles, but what no one saw was how their friendship quietly began to crumble. Shen Yu's fans accused Bai Lu of stealing her spotlight. Bai Lu supporters fired back, claiming Shen Yue was playing the victim. Social media burned with debates and conspiracies, each side desperate to protect their idol. Then came the moment that changed everything. During an interview meant to promote their drama, the host casually asked, "Who do you think carried the emotional weight of the story?" There was a pause. Shen Yue smiled, but her eyes told a different story. Bai Lu gave a polite laugh, but her hand tightened around her chair. What followed was an exchange so subtle, yet so unforgettable, that fans still talk about it to this day. "I think we both gave our all," Shen Yue said softly. Bai Lu replied, "Some roles are written to shine more than others." That single line echoed across the industry. Clips of it went viral overnight. Fan pages exploded with theories. Did Bai Lu just throw shade? Or was Shen Yue hiding her true feelings behind that calm smile? No one could tell for sure, but one thing became clear: this wasn't just friendly competition anymore. Off-screen, their paths continued to cross. Rumors surfaced that both had been offered the same lead role in a major production, and one of them turned it down only after hearing the other was cast. Insiders said there were meetings, emotional phone calls, and even tears. But neither woman ever spoke publicly about what really happened. Months later, during a charity event, they met again, face to face, under the flashes of hundreds of cameras. The world waited for the awkwardness. But instead, they shared a moment that took everyone by surprise. Shen Yue reached out, and Bai Lu took her hand. The audience erupted in cheers, believing the rivalry was finally over. But what they didn't see was the quiet look in Bai Lu's eyes, a look that said the story wasn't done yet. Behind the scenes, the emotions were real. Shen Yue had confided to a close friend that she wished things could go back to how they were, before the fame and comparisons. Bai Lu, on her part, admitted she admired Shen Yu's resilience, even when the world turned their bond into a battlefield. And then came the twist no one saw coming. When a new director announced a surprise project starring both actresses once again, the internet exploded. Fans called it fate, a reunion, a redemption arc waiting to happen. But insiders whispered that neither of them said yes right away. There were meetings late into the night, long phone calls with their teams, and questions about whether they were ready to face the past again. Finally, both agreed. And when they stepped on set, the atmosphere was electric. It wasn't rivalry anymore. It was power, maturity, and unspoken respect. For the first time in years, they weren't competing. They were creating something together. During one emotional scene, where their characters confronted each other after years of misunderstanding, the crew noticed something unexpected. The tears that streamed down their faces weren't part of the script. They were real. When the director yelled cut, no one moved. The set was silent, heavy with emotion. Shen Yue looked at Bai Lu, her voice trembling. "We've both come so far," she whispered. Bai Lu nodded, smiling through tears. Maybe it was never about who was better. Maybe it was about learning to understand each other. That moment changed everything. Their rivalry became a lesson in growth, in strength, and in how fame can twist even the most genuine connections. Fans who once argued online began to post messages of love and unity, saying they were proud of both women. The old battles faded, replaced by admiration for how they handled it all with grace. Today, when people talk about Shen Yue and Bai Lu, they no longer speak of competition. They speak of two women who survived the storm and came out stronger. Two stars who faced the harshest spotlight and still managed to find peace. And though no one knows if the scars from their rivalry have completely healed, one thing is certain: their story will never be forgotten. Because sometimes, the most powerful stories aren't the ones told on screen, but the ones that happen behind it. The whispers grew louder with every new project they took on. Shen Yue and Bai Lu had become two of the most influential actresses of their generation, yet every smile, every glance, and every subtle word between them seemed to spark endless debates. Fans began to choose sides, the internet dividing into two unstoppable forces: Team Shen Yue and Team Bai Lu. But behind the cameras, far from the flashing lights and curated perfection of the entertainment world, something far deeper was happening. The rivalry wasn't born out of hatred, but out of something more complex. Admiration mixed with pressure, respect mixed with silent competition. It all started during an awards ceremony where both actresses were nominated for Best Actress of the Year. The cameras captured their grace, their poise, their smiles, but what the world didn't see was the tension building backstage. Shen Yue arrived first, her gown shimmering under the soft golden lights. Bai Lu entered moments later, equally breathtaking, her calm demeanor masking the storm inside her. When their eyes met, there was no hostility, just a brief, heavy silence. They both knew what was at stake. Only one of them could walk away with the trophy, but deep down, both were carrying years of unspoken comparisons, headlines that tore apart their every move, and fans who constantly pitted them against each other. The night unfolded like a silent play. Every moment seemed calculated, every smile hiding 1,000 thoughts. When Bai Lu's name was announced as the winner, the audience erupted in applause. Shen Yue stood, clapping with a smile so genuine it almost hurt to see. But as Bai Lu walked up the stage, her voice trembling with emotion, the camera panned to Shen Yue's face, a fleeting look of reflection, not envy. The internet twisted it instantly, claiming Shen Yue was heartbroken or angry. Yet the truth was far different. Later that night, in a quiet corner of the after-party, Bai Lu found Shen Yue sitting alone, sipping tea instead of champagne. They exchanged no harsh words, only honesty. "It's strange, isn't it?" Bai Lu said softly. "They want us to compete when all I ever wanted was to grow alongside you." Shen Yue smiled faintly. "Maybe competition isn't always bad," she replied. "It makes us sharper, stronger. But maybe they forgot we're human too." That conversation never made the headlines, yet it became the turning point. Months later, the two were cast together in a new drama that no one saw coming. A story about two women who share an unbreakable bond but face betrayal and misunderstanding. On screen, their chemistry was raw, emotional, and hauntingly real. Fans felt every tear, every moment of tension, unaware that much of it came from the real emotions they carried beneath the surface. During one particularly intense scene, where Bai Lu's character confronts Shen Yue's about a hidden truth, something unexpected happened. When the cameras stopped rolling, both actresses remained still, their eyes misty, their breaths shaky. The director, sensing something powerful, didn't call cut right away. That scene made it into the final cut, untouched, and it became the most talked about moment of the entire drama. After filming wrapped, Bai Lu and Shen Yue walked out of the set together for the last time. The media chased them, asking endless questions about rivalry, about hidden tension, about who was truly the queen of CDrama. They didn't answer a single question. Instead, Shen Yue placed her arm around Bai Lu's shoulder and whispered something the microphones couldn't catch. What fans saw next melted the internet. The two of them laughing, genuinely, for the first time in a long time. The photo went viral with the caption, "Maybe the real power isn't in competing, but in understanding." Weeks later, Shen Yue posted a simple message online. People will always try to compare, but real respect can't be faked. BaiLu replied under the post with 3 words, "Forever proud, sister." That exchange silenced the rivalry rumors overnight. But even with the peace restored, the story didn't end there. A leaked clip surfaced from behind the scenes of their last project together. It showed both actresses sitting quietly after a long day of filming, exhausted but smiling. BaiLu turned to Shen Yue and said, "Maybe this is how we'll be remembered, not as rivals, but as 2 women who never gave up." Shen Yue nodded, her voice soft but certain. "Then let that be our legacy." That clip spread across every platform, inspiring countless fans and reminding everyone that sometimes, rivalry is just another word for reflection. In a world that thrives on competition, they found connection. The unseen rivalry that once divided fans became the story that united them. Because in the end, Shen Yue and BaiLu weren't enemies, they were mirrors of each other's strength, grace, and passion. And for those who watched them rise, fall, and rise again, one truth remained clear. Behind every rivalry is a story of survival, and behind every smile is a woman who fought to be seen not as someone's rival, but as herself. Their story became a reminder to the world that even under the brightest lights, it's the quietest moments that reveal the most truth. And for Shen Yue and BaiLu, their greatest performance wasn't on screen, it was in the way they finally found peace beyond the spotlight.